Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TRG Central. This is Gary. Today we'll have a special presentation of the Breeders' Cup race car. We will be covering just two of the races here in our mini set that we created for the Thoroughbred Horse Racing game. It'll be the BC Classic and the BC Distaff. So let's just go right over and let's take a look at the horses. Here's the 23 horses that we rated for the mini set. Uh, there'll be 10 running the classic and 13 running the staff. I understand that Sovereignty was scratch in the classic and Scottish Lassie was scratch in the staff. Now, because we have this as a preview uh, pre-race, we have both of those horses entered in their respective races. And also here's the jockeys. And you see we ended up with 31. That's because some of the horses had a couple of jockeys throughout the season. Now, the one thing about this stat that makes it like a pre-race or a preview is that the horses are rated up to the BC races, the Breeders' Cup races. So they do not have the results of the Breeders' Cup added to their statistics to create the cards. So that's why we call it a pre-play of the two races. And let's go ahead and take a look at the races through the reports viewer. And you see that there'll be the Classic has 10. And there you go with the Classic. And like I said, Sovereignty was scratched, but we'll leave him in the race to see if he has any bearing on the race. And in real life, since it's already been run, we know Forever Young won the real life race. It'll be interesting if Sovereignty can outlast Forever Young. Also, journalism, I think, is two in the 2025 money, and I think Sovereignty was first, and journalism is second. And Baez, I know, is in the top five too. So very, very competitive field. Now for the staff, since there's 13 horses and the PC game only allows us to enter 10 at a time, so we have to flip. So we have two heat races, and there's heat race 1 against Sundays Lassie. In real life was Scratch, but we'll leave her in the field. And then on the heat 2, you'll see the horses that we drew there. And then as you see, there is also an official race which will run after the two heat races and determine the winner of the staff. So let's go ahead and get started. Go to run the schedule, and we want to run the Breeders' Cup. Yes. Okay, as you remember, that we had just looked at these so we can lock them. And we have the field set. Again, take a quick look at them and essentially what we just viewed. And the same with the Classic. Okay, so we'll run the two heat races, then we'll select the field that will run in the staff official final race. Now, before we got started, I want to check one thing with the race utility. Just want to make sure that the two heat races for the staff. Yeah, that's what I thought. We'll have to link them to the official race. So we'll just get a list of the officials. So we'll save that. And then we'll go to the second one, do the same thing, select the final to raise. Save it. Now that links both of the races to the finals. So when we get to selecting the field, it'll just show the horses that ran in the races that are linked to the finals, which in this case would be this the South Heat race 1 and 2. Okay, so that's all set. So let's go ahead and go back to the schedule. Again, we'll click that. And then we'll go ahead and since we view them, let's go ahead and get started. Now, all the races are run at Del Mar this weekend for the real life uh, Breeders' Cup, so we'll be using the Del Mar track here in our pre-play. So let's go ahead and we'll run the first heat race. We make it a grade 2 and $200,000 per same distance, 9 furlongs. Okay, and you'll see right down here that this race is linked to the Breeders' Cup Distaff. And the second heat race should be linked there too. Again, that gives us the ability to just view the entrance and the heat races and how they did to select the finals for the staff. So let's go ahead. Now we could have viewed past performances, but I do not keep past performances of the real life races, and since it's a one and done thing, none of the horses have run in any race uh, in this set. So let's just go ahead and head over to Del Mar and get the first race started. And here we are at Del Mar at the 9 furlong, and we'll again just run through the horses real quick here at the starting gate. Okay, looks like everything's good here. Let's go to the Stewart Tower, and they say everything's a go, so we're off. And Dry Power is out of the gate first. We'll sit back and kind of watch the race develop as we go into the first turn. Let's see, heading out of the first turn, we have Dry Powder with the lead, and we have Select and Jinjin behind. Now we're in the back straight. Dry Powder still has a nice lead over Jinjin as we head into the back turn, which is normally called the clubhouse. It looks like Dry Power is pulling ahead of the field. Looks like an easy win for Dry Power. And whoa, look at number one. It passed the, the group, and Nitrogen looks like might be able to finish second. And that's it. What we have here, we have Dry Powder first, Nitrogen second, Scottish Lad third. Too bad Scottish Lad wasn't in the real life races. She'll be definitely in the finals to see if she has anything to do with the top finisher in the finals. Okay, so that's it from Del Mar for Heat 1 of the staff. Let's go ahead and get Heat 2 started. Again, here's the field. I like that Darth Vader. Yeah, Star Wars. Okay, so we're running the next race here at Del Mar, second race, heat race, and the staff. Again, grade 2, we may have put up a $200,000 purse. Okay, there's the odds here, and look pretty good with the top three here. Starlight Rim with the favorite, and we have Gunsong, which is the, well, you know, outside chance long shots. Okay, let's go ahead and head back over to the Delmar and see it's at the same location, same condition, and we'll quickly go through the horses at the start of the game. Also, just as a note, all the real life jockeys are riding the horses that they did run in the Breeders' Cup. So let's go ahead and head over to the Sewage Tower and get the second heat race started for the fillies in the BC Distaff. And they're off and fours out of the gate first. That's Seismic Beauty. You take a look here, and this is pretty much the top board throughout the race. See, Seismic Beauty still has the lead, going through the turn. The back straight, Seismic Beauty's first, and Silong. Whoa, Gunsong is now moves up to second as we head into the back turn. It looks like it's going to be Seismic Beauty unless there's a failure. Whoa, there's three. Who's three? Comes out of there. Alice Ventright. Gave Seismic Beauty a little scare, but looks like Seismic Beauty wins the race. Yeah, Seismic Beauty's first, Alice Ventright second, out of Japan, and Gunsong third. So that'll end the second heat race. And now we're going to have the official staff race, so we have to add the field. And it should be pretty easy if everything works out right. And here's all of our fillies that ran the race. And the main thing that we'll do is just grab the top, let's see, real life 14. I guess we may as well put 10 in. So dry powder. And we put them in based on their running or the heat races, just like you would in auto race, where the best times are given the pole position, and the same here. So we'll just run through everything. And so there's the top 10. Only 3 didn't make it. Majestic Ops, Regal, and Darth Vader. Oh well. So, okay, what I want to do here is just double check to make sure that the jockeys that did ride the fillies are assigned to them. So Dry Powder had Antonio, Seismic Beauty has Juan Hernandez, Alex Finchwright had Cal Frey, Nitrogen had Jose, Tony Selassie was scratched, though I think Rosario was the initial jockey for Scotty Slat. The Jin Jin is right. Gunsong should be Tyler. Where's Tyler at? Walk, Ryan, Iris Ortiz, Flick, Pats, Raven, Pratt, Anton, Click. And then the last one, it's Junior. Okay, so sometimes the reason that happens because when the cards are created, usually the number one jockey on the card is the one that happens to ride the horse the most throughout the season. Doesn't necessarily mean that's to be the jockey that rides him in major races like the Breeders' Cup and the Triple Crown. So anyway, we get double checked, everything's good, so we'll save the field. and we're good to go. We head back over to the schedule. We'll lock that schedule. We can view it. And you can see our changes were made to a couple of horses for the correct jockeys, and we'll go ahead and get the race started. Okay, it's the same thing. It's 9 furlong, although this is the $2 million race, and head over to the the betting window and take a look at the warning lines here. Now, since they ran the race, we can do the past performances, and you can see all the horse fillies have run the one race, which is one of the heat races. Just looking here, that's an extremely fast uh, race time there for us. The dry powder is a 109. But anyway, you see how the past performances would work. We're all set here. Let's see, the favorite looks like Nitrogen, which I think in real life came in second, and Celia way out in 10 is it was the winner in real life. So let's see how well they do. We'll compare them against the real life. So let's head over to Delmar. Again, everybody's set up at a 9 furlong. We'll quickly go through the jockeys and horses at the starting gate. And remember, Cecilia is in number 10. She won the real life race. The nitrogen is 4. So those two are the main ones you need to watch. The nitrogen came in second. It's interesting that the third place horse, Miguel, did not make our cut. So anyway, let's head over to the Stewart Tower and get the staff underway. And they're off in 2008 first. That's Seismic Beauty. We're heading over to the first turn. And going into the first turn, it looks like it's the Sidewalk Rim. In real life, let's see. Whoa, Skylet went almost wire to wire here. But he's 10. He's lousy. She got stuck behind the pack and probably is not going to have any way to catch up, but we'll see. He has to pass 9 other horses. She needs to be out of the gate a little quicker, and it looks like we have Soccer Rim is going to win this race, so that somebody can pick up some ground here going into the home stretch. And it looks like they have caught Scarlet Rim, and it could be a pretty interesting race here at the end. And yes, we have 2 fillies catching up. 9 Chickawa. Whoa. Very interesting finish there, as Sidewalk Rim was kind of like wire to wire until the end, and we do have a jockey inquiry to boot. Okay, so Clickco with the win. Sidewalk Rim second, Jin third, Seismic Beauty fourth, and looks like there was no foul. There was an inquiry on Tiani Flossie, but no foul. So there you have it for the Distaff with ClickQ, Skywalk Rim, and Jin. Okay, so let's head over back to the schedule, view the field for the Classic, and get it run too. There you have the field. And let's take a quick look at the real life results. Just to give an idea of what we're heading for here. Forever Young was first, Sierra Leone was second, and Ferociousness was third. So let's take a look at the betting window for the morning line and see how it stacks up. Okay, this is the 10 furlong race, $7 million grade one here at Del Mar. Okay, here's our field at 10. Our favorite seems to be Forever Young, which won Sovereignty second, and third, Buzznet. And let's see, we have a couple that are long shot, contrary thinking, and Asphyxian, and both of them in real life came in ninth and 10th. Oh, I mean 8th and ninth. Oh, as you remember, Sovereignty was actually scratched. So let's go ahead and head over to the Del Mar and get this race started. Here's everybody's lined up in the chute for the 10 furlong. And there's your jockeys. We should have a pretty good field to race. If you remember, Forever Young is 5. Sierra Leone is 7. He came in second. And Pearson came in third is 1. And our scratch horse that we're entering this as a 1F Sovereignty is horse 6. So let's head over to the Sewage Tower. Everything's a go, and they're off in 5. Forever Young gets out of the gate first as we're heading past the grandstand for the first time. Okay, right now it looks like it's Ferociousness. And just taking a look at the real life, it was kind of interesting and contrary thinking was out of the gate, and they had a lead through 3/4. But contrary thinking is last here, so they didn't get out of the gate very well and got stuck. So Jockey had a hard time. Let's see if we can do any better. Let's go outside and see how far we can get. Oh, that makes it a little better there for contrary thinking. We'll end its turn. Reason. I have a set in case there's 3 or more forward movement points left after the jockey has tried to move. I allow for an override and it will undo, and then manually you can move the horse. Okay, back straight has a leader Ferociousness with Forever Young and Sovereignty. And then journalism. So pretty good race. Sierra Leone 7 is just in the pack. Could have a chance unless somebody really breaks out. Looks like right now, still Ferociousness with journalism and Forever Young as we head into the home stretch. Still the same. Doesn't look like anybody is going to catch Ferociousness and Forever Young. Journalism, though. Let's see. Journalism looks like he passed Ferociousness for the win. And Forever Young kind of faded in the home stretch. So we have journalism first, real life came in fourth, Ferociousness second, and came in third in real life. Sovereignty, of course, was scratched. Forever Young was the winner, came in fourth. Sierra Leone was fifth, came in second in real life. So there you have it. That's our classic from Del Mar. Journalism with the win, trots off with over $4 million. Okay, so that's it from Delmar and TRG Central. We can view the top 10, but it's not going to be much here as we know who did win. You see, they get the points similar to how much money they won. So there's not much here that the top 20 will do. So, as I said, that's going to be it from TRG Central. I hope you liked our little mini Breeders' Cup race cars. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.